frames ever since.
Today I wrote a bit of music, and before I share it with the world, I thought I would show you what I put into it so that you can get a glimpse behind the velvet rope, get a bit of insight into the creative genius that is my mind. And so I'll explain to you what elements I've put into this particular track today. I decided to do drums on the MPC. This is the 2500. Everyone says the 2000 XL is better, but they're fucking idiots. The 2500 is easily the best MPC as far as I'm concerned. You can see my nice fetching orange pads here. Anyway, I decided to use the MPC because one, I haven't used it in a while and I felt guilty because it's a fairly expensive bit of gear and I felt I should utilise it some more, but also because this thing for writing drums on, I find it is way better than anything else, at least for me, because I think there's something about actually playing the pads that makes it, you know, a bit more natural as opposed to putting things on the grid because, you know, fucking micro timing and all that shit. So I picked a bunch of different samples and here's some of them. Nice fat kick, snare. Woo! Oh, I like that one. Nice. Oh, I don't know what that one is. That was something, but I think I've disconnected it. Anyway, a bunch of samples. I also have a sample here, which is a kind of, I don't know, like a fucking synthy thing. Wee bit lo-fi. So I wrote something on it, and here's a fucking taster. Not bad, eh? A wee bit fucking getting into lo-fi, hip-hop, chill-hop, pish YouTube territory there. Anyway, once I'd written my drums, I took them and recorded them into Logic, syncing them up via the multi-clock that's up there so they're all perfectly in time. And then I selected some of them and I routed them out via this thing, which is the Board Brain Optex, or OptX, I'm not entirely sure how to say this, but this is kind of like an ADAT interface for your modular, and I have to do a video on this at some point soon because it's amazing. Anyway, this let me quickly and easily send out the signals into my modular. I routed most of the drums, apart from the kick and the snare, into the data bender from Qubit Electronics, which I've talked about recently, and that gave me a nice glitchy kind of overlay to make them a wee bit interesting. Then, once I'd chopped everything into kind of loops like so, I used Dixie 2 Plus here, which is an oscillator module, and I think oh yes, I used the Prisma sequencer here, and I wrote a few bass lines, put them into that, and that was kind of it. I did also run the bass line into this Dopefer A1061 Extreme filter, which I believe is based on the MS-20, and I just kind of fucking to get some interesting fucking, you know, squelchy noises and textures underneath things. Then once I'd done that, I was kind of thinking about what to do because I felt like it was getting into a territory where it was going to be complete shit. So I went and I had a beer. I had a Vault City Volkswagen, which is a marshmallow jam and chocolate pastry sour. They're from Edinburgh or something like that. So at least one good thing has come out from Edinburgh. Anyway, I had the beer and I made my gnocchi with arrabbiata sauce. And I was sitting watching some interviews with John Lydon because I'd gone to see Public Image recently and I've kind of fallen down that rabbit hole. And then he said something about casiotones and about how the techno scene was full of fools with casiotones or something. And I knew I had to sample that and use it. But I couldn't be arsed slinging it through my Akai S2000 or any other hardware sampler because time is getting on. So I just chopped it up and kind of pitch shifted it and stuff inside Logic. And that kind of completed everything. Once I'd put the vocals in, there was really no need to put any other melody. In terms of the VSTs that I'm using, for those of you that are interested in that kind of thing, I used Little Altar Boy from Sound Toys to pitch down the vocal, which you'll hear when you listen to it. I also used Nectar 3 from Isotope. I bought that recently as part of some bundle deal where they were selling all of their plugins for like 200 quid or less. I used this, which is a Teufelsberg reverb. This is a free reverb which is based on some old German NSA listening tower impulse responses. You can go find that online. I also then used Mishby, which is this kind of weird freakish module from Freak Show Industries that kind of mangles your audio a wee bit just to give it a wee bit more texture. And then that's it, actually. That's basically it. So I hope you enjoy this track. I will not tell you what video I got the Leiden sample from because I don't want him to find me and kick my in, so aye. Anyway, this rainbow screen filled with sounds is the product of my Saturday. What more can you ask for, really? Who wants to go to the park in the sun or go see their pals for a drink or anything like that? Not me. I want to sit with my fucking stupid laptop and chop up fucking interviews of Johnny Rotten from 1992 or something. Oh, one other thing I should say actually is that by the time you've seen this video, the Patreon will already have had access to all of these samples and loops and all that kind of thing, because whenever I make things I just chuck them straight on there. So if you're interested in getting access to any of that, you know what to do. Cross my palm with silver.
Where's that?